Is there any thought offensively of going under center at all? I'm not talking about doing it for, the whole game, but when situations arise, short yardage and things like that, and you mentioned your struggles in the red zone, is there any thought of that? I know in the past you've debated that, but where are you guys with that right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's always a conversation. I think that's always a possibility. We did it a lot more in, I shouldn't say a lot more. We did it in 18 and 19. We didn't do it this year except for when we ran CJ Wright and Randy Wade out there and, in those short yardage situations. I don't want to commit to saying that. I mean, but it's definitely going to be a conversation. It's definitely going to be, something that Coach Roos and I will talk about because when you get in those short yardage situations, I mean, sometimes you want that quicker hitting play, but also too, I think with the offensive line, I think the big piece also too is maybe the philosophy of more with our zone blocking, more vertical push instead of lateral push. I think that will make a difference also. But I think that the under center stuff is always on the table to talk about and do. The big piece that you have to do as a football coach is you've got to make sure that you don't do too much, because if you do too much, you're not going to get good at it. And if you add too much or it doesn't fit for what your overall offensive scheme is, you could get yourself in trouble. But I wouldn't say that it's off the table at all. I think it's something that we definitely need to discuss, and we need to look at this spring to see if we want to implement that for next year.
Why did you guys get away from doing it as much? And I mean, what are the difficulties of doing both?
Well, your footwork ends up being different. You're obviously taking the snap. I mean, you're going to have to spend time under center taking snaps. You're going to have to, if you're going to do both, you've got to do gun snaps. You got to do under center snaps, which I think you can do. I don't think that's a problem. But I think your quarterback footwork, your running back footwork, things that you work every day, daily, and the timing of things for the mesh, the handoff, everything that kind of goes along with it, the pull, whatever you're trying to do with it, it's just different. And if you're doing too much, it gets expensive, and you're not getting enough quality reps at practice. I mean, y'all, I mean, you may look at me like I'm crazy, but like what you see on Saturdays, it's not like, all right, we're just going to go out here and run this one time and then we're going to go run it on Saturday. I mean, you run it, 20, 25 times during the week before you go do it one time. And, I just, as a coach, man, you got to make sure that you're not doing too much. And again, I'm not saying that you can't be under center and shotgun. I'm not saying that at all, but I just think it comes down to your players. It comes down to what you're going to spend time at practice. And, are you going to take away from something else to do this? I just think there's a lot of thought process that has to go into it.